why you don't regulate dominion markets. Okay, so here's a big reason what regulation means, right? So there's different regulations for different places. Like let's say if you want to operate in the U.S. or let's say you want to be able to advertise in the U.S., then you would need to be regulated in the U.S. And that's been regulated from FCA. Now, how much does the FCA regulation cost? FCA regulation costs that you should at least have assets around like a company asset of about 20 million. The sign-up fee is about 3 million, and there's a retainer of about a million, and then you got to pay a yearly regulator license fee for about 250,000, quarter million, right? For what? For what? For having access to be able to advertise in the US? No, that's not what it is. And on top of that, anyone who comes from the US to doing markets through this regulation, guess what's going to happen? The only leverage you're going to have is going to be 30 to 1. You're not going to be able to trade gold. Your spreads are going to be higher. Commissions are going to be higher. There's going to be no hedging. You can only open the first few positions that you close last. No, you can only close the last few that the ones you open first. So that's when it comes to regulation in the US. Now, if you get regulated in the EU regulation is much more stricter. Like CSEC is much more lenient, which we're working towards, but the EU is kind of like the same as the US. Same thing for Australia. So the best ones are you got your Chilis, Vanuatu, you got your St. Vincent, and you got your CSEC. These are the best regulations you can get, and it's perfect. Plus, also like if you can get a license in, let's say, a place like Dubai, that's even better. So we're getting a license in Dubai once we move all our offices over there. So it's gonna be sick. So that's why we don't want to get, because like at the end of the day, it's just like paying more money for what? Seriously, paying more money for what? To be able to advertise? Who cares about advertising? Who cares? You got social media, you got YouTube, you got Instagram. You got great service, and great service is the best mode of advertisement. You grow slow, that's good, but you build a good foundation when you give great service. Like we grew to about 50,000 clients. Black Belt has about maybe like 60, 65 clients, and they've been around for maybe like what, six, no, not more than 6, 7, 8 years, and we've been around for what, like 2 years. So it's an exponential growth. Whenever you have great service, you give amazing value. You don't have to worry about growth. All you gotta have to worry about is keep providing great service.